Now, Tony's been talking about the possibility for power outages now for the past few days. And in the cold temperatures we're expecting after the storm, losing power is more than just an inconvenience. It's actually downright dangerous.
Yeah, back during the October storm, there were hundreds of people without power for a whole week. So we wanted to know what National Grid is doing to prepare for this storm. Eyewitness News consumer reporter Susan Campbell is live in studio now with that part of the story. Susan.
A spokesperson for National Grid says the utility is always working to improve its response time. He says there's one major difference between this storm and the one in October.
4 to 5 days, yep.
Mark Picard is the manager of Holiday Acres Campground in North Scituate. He says he's as ready as he'll ever be for the winter weather that's headed our way.
There's nothing really we can do but turn up the heat, get it as hot as possible, and hope for the best.
But memories of the powerful October storm are fresh in his mind.
We were out of electric for almost a week. All the residents were without water, electric, their refrigerators, they lost all their food, everything.
During the storm in late October, more than 140,000 National Grid customers in Rhode Island lost power. And Governor Gina Raimondo ordered an investigation into National Grid's response. Ted Cressy of National Grid says there's a key difference between the storm in October and the storm in the forecast.
I think the difference between that storm and this storm is the amount of preparation time that we had in advance. You know, the severity of that really came out of nowhere, and so that put us behind on having additional crews in place. Now we've got a lot more crews in place in advance of the storm coming.
Cressy says for this storm, National Grid will have staging sites in Warwick and Lincoln. There will be more than 130 line crews and 55 tree crews ready to work.
It's quite the force that we're deploying here for this storm.
Make sure you keep these numbers handy. National Grid customers can report an outage by calling 1-800-465-1212. To report an outage to Eversource, call 1-800-592-2000. An important reminder, if there is a power outage at your home, disconnect appliances like computers, televisions, and microwaves. That will help you avoid potential power surge damage when the electricity is restored. I'm Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.
Now, National Grid tells us they are also getting crews in place to respond to outages in Rhode Island.
Consumer reporter Susan Campbell spoke to National Grid today. She continues our Pinpoint Weather Team coverage now live in our studio with the preparations. Susan?
Mike and Shannon, a spokesperson for National Grid, says about 200 crews are on standby. He says this will be a challenging storm. National Grid is making sure all of its vehicles are ready to roll first thing Thursday morning.
You know, it's all hands on deck here.
Ted Cressy of National Grid says the utility is expecting impacts from strong wind and snow.
It could be heavy, could be wet. That could bring down some trees. That's obviously a major concern of ours. And then this is going to be a challenging time.
Cressy says more than 130 line crews and 55 tree crews will be in place at staging sites in Warwick and Lincoln. But the weather will dictate when those crews can respond to trouble spots.
The high winds, that's a challenge for us because we're not going to put our employees in jeopardy when we have those high winds. You know, we're not going to send them out and anything over 40 miles per hour winds. So that will be a challenge, but that's why we're working with state and local officials to do everything we can to, you know, be there as quickly as possible when the conditions do subside.
Keep these numbers handy. National Grid customers can report an outage by calling 1-800-465-1212. To report an outage to Eversource, call 1-800-592-2000. It's also important to remember if you see any downed wires, you should assume they're live and stay away. I'm Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.